in case you fail, you go into problems or hard times, you may level up again and then your business keeps running. Yes, costly wars and bureaucracy. Now here, when we see that sometimes there are internal wars in the what in the company. If they are the company, for example, they are managers who have certain issues well and they are not solved as people, elite people, or as yes, as elite people, you may find, or understanding people, you may find that they will start competing with each other and sometimes even lose customers. Yes, there's bad competition. You may find that someone will, as one manager will want another manager to fail so that the people up see that this person is not working and they want to chase this manager. So during that process of fighting, you may find that the business does not earn how does not get enough customers as it used to be, so it lags behind. So that's why most times, even if sometime you don't like a person, you collaborate with them so that you may have the same vision. It is a gain. Even if you don't like a person, he gains and you gain. But when you fight, you may find that he loses and you also lose. So certain times, if even if you have certain grudges, there is a certain place where you have to unite and you see that you achieve a certain goal. Yes, empires often grow faster than they can afford. Now, for example, here, if the as I told you, if you have a small vision and your business has grown faster than you expected, you may find the customers can overwhelm you and they need you to do much production or services, and then you can't deliver. And you may find that the customers start spreading what? Spreading bad news that you don't deliver, and yeah, the business falls. Yeah. And the business falls. So most times we have to deliver in time. We have to make sure that whatever we promise the customers we deliver. Because most times we may tell other customers stories, and for them they don't want to listen to stories. They just want the products and services. Yes, and when you start telling them stories, you may find that they don't what they spread the bad news and then your business falls. Yes, so most times you have to do business in time, and according to the customer's expectations. Yes. So when you don't deliver in time, when you don't do as they expect, of course they will do what? They will run away from you. Yes. Uh, uh, yes. Because most times, people also. Mm, so we go to another one, which is three, which is loss of social cohesion. Loss of social cohesion. Uh, loss of social cohesion. Loss of social cohesion. Yes, just a minute. Loss of social cohesion. Class division. Yes, for example, class division, maybe yeah, there are some people who do small groups at work or in the business and then they divide themselves. So those things are not nice. Is you need to work as a team and be together. Yes, ethnic, ethnic or religious conflicts. So here, most times you have to be one, even if you're maybe you're different tribes, different what, different religions. You have to make sure that you work together and you don't have those differences. Those differences may be there, but when you are at work, when you are in that business, you have the same ideology, the same mind, which is achieving the vision. Yes. So when you have those differences and then you do groups, you separate yourself into groups, you find that the business will not succeed. Citizens stop believing in the system. When the citizen stop believing in the system, for example, if they are not loyal as they used to be, of course they will do what? The system will fail. Now, for example, we see normally empires in 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 the ancient days. For them, they had for example, they had in army or in those groups, they had a belief of oneness. And in case you try to be a hypocrite, they eliminate you, because now there you'll bring in you'll become maybe a spy, in which they didn't want. So you have to they have to be loyal. So any person who was not loyal was eliminated. And most times these people lived together, worked together, and they saw uh, themselves as one on the same level, and they saw on the same level, and they didn't minimize anyone, or they didn't put another person too high. You saw they saw themselves as they are on the same level, so that even the people who are in management places or above others also valued the people who are who are lower than them. So they valued them. The reason why they valued them, to have that trust, to have that loyalty. Yes, even those Alexander the Great, also the way he talked with the lowest soldier, the soldier felt like he's valued. That's why those people built empires that stood long. They Everyone felt that he's valued in the what, in the empire. So whenever we build that trust within our community, you may find that we build a long lasting thing or business. Yes, people stop defending what they no longer believe. So, of course, what we have seen that there's not that trust, people will, of course, not make sacrifices. They will not defend it. But when we see that the people have the heart of the business or the of this system. Of course, when they, even if they go out and they feel that they are talking bad about the system or about the business or the company, of course they will try to defend it. Yes. Military awakening, uh, for example, reliance on machineries. Now, here, for example, if you rely on too much people outside the company, or you're getting people outside the company to come in and do work, yet you have employees. So employees also may feel, why are these people managers, or why are these people bringing people outside to do our work. For example, you have hired an accountant, and then you're bringing another accountant to do what, to do the same thing. uh, what I mean here, that there are some people who hire people, and maybe you see that they are not so much trained. Instead of training them and again you go, and because you don't trust their service, again you go, you after some time you go and get other people who you see that they are profession to do certain work. Or if, and maybe if these people, there are some work which you don't trust them with, and yet you should be training them so that they may, maybe after some time they may be doing that work. But when these people feel that you don't trust them enough, of course they won't trust you. So you have to trust has you have to first trust them also to trust you. Yes. So when you rely on machineries are people where you go out and then hire some people and then you bring them and they do certain job and then you release them to go. And again you hire them, they come and they do job and then they go. Yes. Declining declining discipline. For example, if the discipline is not good at work, when the people do whatever they want and then there's no rules they follow, of course the empire will your empire will fall. Falling behind technology. If the technology is not trending, is not moving with the trend, of course other competitors will leave you behind, and then your customers will go to the competitors. Yes. A weak military invites invasion. So, for example, here, if your employees are not skilled enough, if your employees don't deliver in time, of course, the customers will go, and your what? And your competitors will skyrocket and they leave you behind and the business will not grow. So you have to move with the trend. You have to be creative. So you need creative minds in your company or business, so that to see that your business does not fall off the trend, or it moves with the trend. Yes, for example, you as a company, you may become a brand that sets trends. For example, you may have innovative people that innovate things, and those things go to the market and you make the trend, and you become the brand that makes trends. Yes. So that's why you see some people are given hired and given too much money, because those people have the mind that can set trends, and that your brand becomes the leading brand in the what, in the economy, because it sets what, it sets trends. Yes. uh over expansion. Borders become too large to defend. Now, for example, as I told you, if the business grows too much and you can't handle, of course, business will fail. Slow communication. If there is slow communication in the business, for example, to deliver something, you take long. Now, for example, if a customer want to deliver maybe a pizza, and then he has to take 4 hours, the pizza has to take 4 hours to reach to him, you may find that he does not what he does. He even get other options, or to talk to you, to talk to the person who to deliver, talk to the person who is delivering. He has maybe the person does not know does not understand well English, and then he has to first explain too much, so that he may understand what he is meaning, or the information reaches to the what, to the person who is making pizza late. You may find that the customers may go. Local rebellions increase. Yes, local rebellion increase when if it has expanded too much. You may find that there is you may find that collaboration sometimes it fail when the people are on pressure. Yes, and when people are too much on pressure, and then because they don't know what to do, and the work has overwhelmed them, you may find that some people start rebelling. They see things are new and things are too much. Yes. Control becomes fragile. Yes, control becomes fragile. So here, the control becomes hard. The control becomes hard. Uh, yes, the control becomes hard. Control becomes hard, and when it becomes hard, of course, for example, if it's like hard, if it expands too much, for example, holding you is like holding water in your hand. If you can't hold the water in your hand, of course it will pass through and falls, and when it passes through and disappears, you won't gain anything. So it's the same thing, you have to control well whatever you want you're having. Yes. External pressure, rising rising rival powers. Now for rising rival powers, yes, there are certain maybe people within the company that can rise, and they start the this is external. Yes, external, that is outside the company. Outside the company there's some people maybe that can, maybe certain competition. Yes, certain competition, and bring they start bringing what, right, bringing some tricks on you to make you fall down. So most times when the people start playing tricks on you, doesn't need you to engage in your what, in their their fight. Because when you start engaging in their fight, when you respond to their call, you you do what, you lose focus. So you have to be on track. Even if they start uh, putting out fights or wars, it needs you to ignore them, because for you, you understand what brought you in business. You understand what brought you. But most time when you start going back, I mean, uh, fighting them back, most times you may lose focus, and then you do what, you move on track, and then they win. Because there are some people who hire people to make you lose focus, and for them while they are working. Yes. Invasions, rebellions, or immigration. Yes, all of these rebellions, for example, people, as I've told you, people to send within, they may send in they send in employees, and they come as employees, yet they have they have just sent them. So this needs you to understand well, and also to interview well, and also to track the people who where they are coming from, while for example places where they have worked, and also to verify well that they are not what, they have not been sent. Yes, and also to track their character and how they behave at work. Yes. Yes, migration is the same thing. So invasion is the same thing. I've just explained it here. So trade trade disruption. Yes, disruption. This is where, when maybe you're trying to deliver services, and maybe they have sent for you, they have sent people to disrupt you within you're trying to make business, but there are certain people uh, from 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 maybe other competitors, and they trying to do what, to trying to pull you down. Now for example, for me, some time back, I used to go in the field, as I'm branding my brand, and you find that other people from different brands and trying to pull you down, of course. Yes, but of course, you as a person, you have to be wise and understand what you do, because they may tell you that that guy is a mufere. Of course, to do what, to see that you don't get the business. Yes, but most times you as a person, you have to to be wise and understand what brought you in business, and what brought you. Because now for me, that was not my area of what of focus. For me, I knew what brought me. For me, what brought me is work. Yes, and also to serve people. Yes, to serve people, and also to see that people get whatever they want, and also to improve people's standards of living. That's why I give you this information. Yes, to see that people come from one level to another level. Yes. Another thing is, often outside forces deliver the final blow, but only after internal weaknesses. Often, outside forces deliver the final blow, but only internal after internal weakness. So we see here that the external forces that comes from outside, it's like they just kill the weak horse. Yes, or a sick horse, because now the internal is the one that normally tries make things weak, and then the external one just clears everything. Yes, so you have to when the internal is strong, the external one won't do what, won't destroy the your business or your company. Yes. In conclusion, yes, in conclusion, we have seen the everything. Now, in conclusion, empires rise when leadership, unity, economic strength, and effective system align to create stability, growth, and share purpose. They fall when corruption, division, and overextension erode trust and weaken the structures that once sustained them. I will repeat this. Empires rise when leadership, unity, economic strength, and effective system align to create stability, growth, and shared purpose. They fall when corruption, division, and overextension erode trust, weaken the structures that once sustained them. So that's the conclusion. Thanks for being part of this training, and also thanks for your time. Yes.